country is in a real mess right now. Half of our country is furloughed, while the rest of us are dealing with economic instability. Even though all this chaos is wrecking your nervous system, this could be the beginning of aligning you with your purpose and the beginning of what you were meant for. Oh, honey, I hope you're ready for this episode. If you are, get your pen, get your Post-it, get your ambition planner, and let's go. Hello, Ambition Babes. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the Face of Ambition, across all social media platforms as well as wherever you stream your podcast. I help women who are 40 years and older who are on a reinvention journey, who are tired of doing the same old thing the same old way and are ready to shake things up. But do not worry, sis, if you are not over the age of 30 and the algorithm gods have decided to show you my face, well, just consider me your bougie, been there, done that auntie who wants to put you on so that you do not have to deal with the same things that I have. And one of the things that I have experienced in my past is watching the fallout of a furlough. Many people are feeling lost right now. Their routines have been disrupted and their identity has been shaken. I will never forget 2008 when I was so excited that I had signed my first government contract. Even though I heard chit chat about a furlough, I figured that because I had a contract with the United States government, that it wasn't gonna affect me. Oh, how naive I was in my 20s. Some of us are still trying to bounce back from the trauma that we experienced almost 2 decades ago. So that is why we have to look at this season in our life as an opportunity. One thing that I want you to remember is that failures happen for you, not to you. Even though it feels like this is happening to you, you being laid off is personal. And even if you're not affected by the furlough, if you feel like your weight gain is happening to you, if you feel like you being disrupted and feeling foggy and feeling distracted is happening to you, if you feel like because you can't find a job or you hate the job that you're in is happening to you, I want you to consider that perhaps this is happening for your good. Every single time there is a shift of this magnitude, it's time for you to take a step back and look at the bigger purpose. Perhaps this is God opening the door for divine alignment, for you to finally walk in your purpose. Losing my government contract was the opportunity that I needed to reevaluate my marketing agency. COVID was the opportunity for me to start the Ambition brand. And if you take a moment, this is an opportunity for you to actually do what God has placed on your heart to do. Oh yeah, girl, he's placed something on your heart to do so many years ago. You've been thinking about it. You've called it a side hustle. You've buried it deep in your thoughts, and you've even questioned the voice that told you to do it. But while you were in the valley of uncertainty, the very first thing that you need to do is acknowledge your emotions, your financial fears, the way that you've neglected your body, and how many years it has been since you put your business dreams on pause. But in this episode, I'm going to challenge you to consider that perhaps this pause is a setup for something bigger. Ask yourself, is this the sign to start the business of your dream? Even if you're not currently furloughed, just the state of our economy and our country and all the instability that we're experiencing worldwide, perhaps this is the time for you to live your very best life. We know that we're not promised the conclusion of this day. So what would happen if you allowed yourself to leap? What would happen if you created a mini business plan? What would be the harm in creating a weight loss plan, weighing yourself and setting a goal to use this time to actively work on your body? Nothing bad is going to happen to you if you use this time to actually identify where you are financially. What are your financial goals? What do you want for your life? I mean, seriously, wouldn't it be amazing to use this time to really enhance your prayer meditation life? That is why in this episode, I'm going to break down the 3 pillars of instability that most of us are facing right now and make some persuasive suggestions on what you can be doing to maximize your potential. But before we get started, I want to thank Addison for making the suggestion for this video. Because this is something I have experienced, my heart goes out to you and everyone else that is affected or affected by this government shutdown. But baby, no matter how bleak it may seem, my mama always said trouble don't last always. And that is why pillar number 1 is your business plan and your purpose. Isn't it interesting how God will shut down the whole world just so that you can do what he told you to do? I know that he's done it for me before, and perhaps this time you're the Jonah. The seas are rough, this tiny ship looks like it's gonna get sunk, all because you don't want to head in the direction that God has told you to go. That is why this is the perfect time for you to audit your skills and your passions. Perhaps you already have a business direction and you know exactly what you want to do. But for some of us, we know we were meant for more, we just don't have clarity. And if you are sitting watching my face right now, I want you to pull out that old journal that you bought from Ross last year that you've not opened yet, and I want you to start jotting down the skills and the things that you do exceptionally well. Perhaps you are creative and you can sew, you sing, you can create content, you write beautiful stories. you enjoy painting, or you create poetry that brings people to tears. Once you have identified what your skills are, I want you to think about how passionate you are about sharing your talents with someone else. Is it something that you've ever considered making your business? If you have ever experienced a problem and you offer a solution, that is the blueprint for an amazing business. If the problem that you solve is that you are an amazing home cleaner, then perhaps you should clean homes. If the problem that you solve is that people hate to go to the grocery store and pick up their groceries, but you love to drive, perhaps you should start driving for Uber. If you can fix computers and nobody knows where to start, then sis, you have the talent to save people thousands of dollars by simply fixing their motherboard as opposed to them going out buying a whole new computer. I'm not suggesting that you quit your day job, but if your day job has quit you, you have heard story after story after story of people being fired from their jobs and it being the nudge that they needed to jump out of the nest. They've been sitting in that comfortable nest sprouting wings for years, but no one had challenged them to leap. They had no reason to jump. They were comfortable. Somebody came and gave them a check every month. Their insurance was paid. And even though they absolutely hated it, they got accustomed to the level of contentment and complacency that they lived in until the rug was pulled from under them. God has given us the most powerful gift, and that is the gift of choice. You can make a decision today that can change the trajectory of your life. Starting a business is not a choice that you should take lightly, but it is an opportunity to live out your purpose. If you lack clarity and need accountability, you are the reason why I solved the problem as a business coach. I have helped thousands of women start 5- and 6-figure businesses and scale those businesses to 7-figure businesses in less than a year. But the problem that I was facing is that whenever they were in the shower and they wanted to change their mind about their business plan, their ideal client, and their content strategy, they had to wait days to meet with me again. And oftentimes they talked themselves out of doing it, even though they knew it was an amazing idea. That is why I created AmbitionGPT. Unlike traditional GPTs that take all of your suggestions and you're basically talking to yourself and they big you up and say, yeah, girl, that's a real good idea. I have customized AmbitionGPT with my 20 years of business experience so that she doesn't just talk like me. She gives business and marketing advice just the way that I would. You don't have to put in prompts that you found on Instagram any longer. I am the marketing professional that will help you to start your new YouTube channel, that will give you the confidence that you need to scale or start your business, that will help you with your marketing plan, provide suggestions and guidance on your business structure and pricing plans, and help you with the market research so that you are ensuring that you're speaking to your ideal client. Traditionally, you have to actually know how to start a business in order to go to ChatGPT and ask it what you should do. Instead, you simply go into AmbitionGPT, answer a few questions, find your clarity, create a 30, 60, 90, 120-day plan, and return to AmbitionGPT every single day and simply ask, what am I supposed to do today? Because she already knows your goals, she will break down exactly what you're supposed to do every single day. You don't have to guess. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to Google, and you don't have to spend hours looking for the prompt that's going to help you to be able to solve the problem of finally starting your business. And the absolute best part is that she doesn't just help you with your business goals. Because your girl has lost 90 pounds, I have trained her to know everything about my life. If you're ready to lose weight, if you're ready to work on your finances, if you're ready to buy a home, if you're wanting to be more patient, if you desire to show up more confidently, I have poured so much into this custom GPT and that it truly is the equivalent of having me in your pocket as your digital bestie and coach that is going to guide you every single day. If you need more information about AmbitionGPT and you are ready to get started, click the link in my description or visit my website and start reaching your most ambitious goals today. Pillar number 2 is your fitness and health. If you have a little bit of extra time in your hands, it seems like an ideal time to catch up on some sleep. Or this could be an amazing time to finally get in those 10,000 steps before 9 a.m. To utilize the gym membership that you pay for every month and you never show up. This may be a really good time to stroll in and start using some of that equipment. When things get tough, this is an ideal time to focus inwardly. What do you want for your health and wellness? What have you put off till tomorrow that you can actually do today? It's time to eat better. It's time to focus on your mental health. This is the perfect time to finally address your emotional eating. Because girl, right now with all that is going on, I'm sure you found yourself eating a little bit more than normal. You're trying to suffocate your emotions. But what I have had to learn is that pasta doesn't fix my problems. French fries do not calm my fears. And ice cream is not going to heal my isolation. It's time to do the work. It's time to get in nature and pray and meditate. This is the great lock-in season. And what better time to burn your old life to the ground It didn't serve you. You didn't enjoy it. You've had a deep longing and desire for change. And during this time where it's a little colder and our earth is going through its own hibernation season, perhaps this is the perfect time for you to do the same. Burning your old life to ash and using this time to rebuild means that you're ready to flourish in the spring. Come back to life. Prove to yourself that you can do it. You want to reverse that health issue. You want to lower the number on the scale. Just because your mama, your sister, your best friend, and your cousin has diabetes does not mean that that is the life that you have to live as well. Just like you can use AmbitionGPT to build your business, you can use it to create a meal plan and workout strategy that is going to align with your goals and sync with your body's natural rhythm so that you can show up as your best and highest self. And the very last pillar is that it is time to work on your finances and your mindset. I know that it seems like when we're going through an economic hardship, this is probably not the time to think about your finances, but I want to challenge that idea. When your money becomes uncertain, all that you can think about is what you should have done whenever you had some. You should have saved more. You should have paid off that balance. You could have been more mindful. You never would have booked that extra vacation. You have been talking about improving your finances for way too long. And I would like for you to consider this the red flag to do so as soon as today. Where's your money? What do you have in retirement? What is your financial plan for the future, or heck, as soon as even tomorrow? Whenever we're in situations like this, it can start to feel like you made big financial mistakes. But that is why I want to encourage you to pause, take a few cleansing breaths, and remember that there is absolutely nothing that you can change about yesterday. All that you can do is fix your tomorrow. And that can start with simply opening your banking app. How much money are you spending? How many subscriptions do you have? How long have you been paying for that gym membership whenever you have a gym in your garage or the outside is free? It costs you absolutely nothing to run in your neighborhood or at the park around the corner. This is the time to look at where you are spending money and start pulling back. Get a little bit more mindful. Look at how much money you spent out on takeout last month and decide that you're going to the grocery store and start falling in love with soup again. I'm so glad it's soup season because this is the time for some rice and beans. Times are tough, but it doesn't mean that it has to feel sad. This season of our life can be the turning point that causes you to be financially free. You know the elusive financial freedom I'm talking about. You've always wanted to eliminate your debt. You're ready to buy a home or a second home. You want your kids to be able to go to college and not have the same student loan debt that you've acquired. And 100% of every financial dream that you've ever dreamt can be yours. But it's going to start with you creating a budget. How much money do you make and how much money are you spending? If you don't have enough money in the bank to carry the one, then it's time to start pulling back on unnecessary spending. Those trips you keep making to TJ Maxx talking about you love a sale sticker, you need to be saving those $10 and $12 for a rainy day. I completely understand the desire to find joy when things are tough. But think about the joy you will have when you're holding the keys to your brand new home in your hands. When you have the title to that vehicle in your possession. When the credit card balance finally says zero. We're at a time where financial freedom may feel elusive, but it will only continue to evade you if you do not choose to pay attention to it. It's time to get serious. It's time to heal that financial wound. It's time to stop blaming yourself for your past mistakes. It's time to work on your money mindset and ask God to help you to manage your finances so that you can get from up under the financial stress that you are experiencing every single day. Because what I know for sure is that you can diet and exercise all you want, but your blood pressure numbers will still be sky high if you're not sleeping because you have so much financial anxiety. But what I also know is the only person that can help you is God. You have to seek Him first and everything else is going to be added to you. I had no pun intended in using the mathematical term. My mantra this quarter is living a life of ease and intention. And I mean ease and intention in every area of my life. We can't control what's going on in our country, but we can control our actions. And one of the ways that you can feel more grounded and in control is to get a system and a planner that works for you, to organize your day and activities, to plan your spending, and to build the business of your dreams. When COVID started in 2000, I was in the very best financial position I have ever been in my professional career. And between March 13th and March 30th, we lost 100% of our marketing clients. I stayed in bed for days after that. But months before those days, maybe even a year before, God placed the vision for me to create a planner. At the time, I had absolutely no interest in selling a product. I was a consultant. I helped build other people's product-based businesses, but God preserved that vision for that moment. The failure that I thought was happening to me was happening for my good. I have now sold thousands of planners worldwide and have helped hundreds of women reach their business and personal goals by simply writing down their plan. And now with the inception of AGPT, we have now been able to reach thousands of individuals who desire a business and accountability coach but thought they could never afford it. This is your moment, sis. Do not allow this opportunity opportunity to pass you by. You couldn't stand your old life. There are so many things about your past life that you wanted to change. And perhaps this is the part in the Red Sea where you get to walk across to the other side on dry land. Consider this season not a delay, but your launch pad. I know that you've been called to do something greater during this pause, and I would love to meet you in the comment section where you tell us exactly what it is that you are going to do next. Our comment section is a sacred space where we're able to share our dreams, goals, and ambitions. And I cannot wait to meet you there to root for you, pray with you, and encourage you every step of the way. Honey, you were always meant for more. Let this be the moment you pivot towards it. Sis, I love you, and I pray that you are well and that you're doing something every single day to reach your most ambitious goals.